going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jack and this is my E46. Yes, it's been about 6 to 7 months since you saw the last video, but new year, new me. I decided to start filming again and hopefully bring you content on a more consistent basis. The plan is to do some videos on the E46. I haven't really decided what I'm going to be doing with the car, but today what we're going to be doing is a walk around. The next video I've got planned is an exhaust compilation, revs, acceleration. Got a Scorpion exhaust which I'll touch on a little bit later in this video. So yeah, hope you're prepared for a full year of content. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. And yeah, keep tuned because I promise you, there will be plenty more content on its way. Let's start off with the front of the car. Subtle mods here. Blacked out wheels, which I personally think goes really well with the rest of the accents of the car because they're black. And also we have to do the angel eyes. The angel eyes was a difficult mod to start off with. That was probably the second thing I did to the car. And honestly, I've never done any electrical wiring before, so it was a bit difficult. But you know, me and my mate Mills, we've got it done together, smashed it out in a good, I'd say 2 hours or so. The hardest part was removing these little trim pieces. What happened was, because the car is like 20 years old now, the pieces were actually stuck. And honestly, probably spent 50% of the time trying to remove that one trim piece to fit this whole model together. But to complement the angel eyes, I had some broken, run-down side lights, turn signals. So I've gone for some deeper, smoked out turn signals, which I think again goes well with the black accents of the car. So the gloss black grills, the gloss black trims on the sides. Come around here, you can see smoked out signal lights over here, which again is very subtle, but again contrasts a lot to the silver car. The biggest mod, in my personal opinion, is this hardtop. I didn't actually get this with the car. The car came with a blue roof, as you can see in the picture inserted now. So yeah, the biggest mod that I probably did or spent money on was the hardtop. It cost me about 400 to 500 pounds. And then the funny thing is actually, I picked it up a guy who had it in, I believe, some kind of a star blue. It's a very rare colour. I've never seen that colour before, to be fair. When I looked at the pictures kind of showed it as a silvery kind of colour, which is why I wanted to see it in the first place. And in the sunlight, it actually looked very similar to this actual body paint. But when I actually looked at it more closely, it's a very different tinge of blue, if that makes sense. So what I had to do is I had to completely respray this. But the reason I went for that roof over an actual silver roof is because of the condition of this roof, this hardtop, sorry. The hardtop is in immaculate condition, but very little sagging. I mean, it's a 20-year-old car, right? We're going to get sagging at some point. But all the covers are in there, all the mechanisms work, there's no leaks, nothing. All I had to do is repaint this, and it came with black trim. Because it came with the black outside trim, I thought it would complement the rest of the car, which is, again, less hassle, less money spent. So yeah, that's my biggest mod, and honestly, in British weather, when it's constantly raining, I think the hardtop makes a massive difference. Now, not just that, the hardtop without the D-pillar here, I personally feel like convertibles have that unique look. If you look at these shots, the side profile, the back profile, it just looks amazing with our hardtop. And now moving into the final few mods which I did to the back of the car, this was probably the first thing I did to the car. I found some used LCR tail lights from eBay and instantly fitted those in. Now the problem with the tail lights were there were some component issues, so errors popped up on the dashboard, and I used Carly to get rid of those. So I might do a separate video on that. Not difficult, but it's just something to know if you're planning to do this for your E46. It's quite a simple mod. Remove a couple of bolts. The hardest part is probably this bit because you have to remove the tail lights from the boot underlining, if that makes sense. And those little rivets, if you've seen my M235 video, you know they're a bitch to take out. So so yeah, as well as the tail lights, I changed the brake light to an LCI just to complement the rest of them. Again, personally, I think the LCI lights have a little bit of uniqueness to the E46, brings it that stylish look. And yeah, I mean, I can't complain. I don't really see the rear of this car, but when my mates do drive it, I love looking at the rear of the car. And just to finish off, now the final, probably most game-changing mod to this car is this beautiful Scorpion exhaust system. So initially, I was planning to do a full straight pipe, but then after hearing what it actually sounds like, it was too loud. From having a stage 2 M235i, I was not planning to have another loud car, especially because I was trying to tame this. But yeah, the Scorpion, what I'm going to do is I'll link down the video below where I installed it with my mate Sim, and I'm going to make one more video of exhaust compilations, revs, accelerations, downshifts, interior cabin sounds, all sorts, all compiled into one video, and that'll be coming out soon. So make sure you watch out for that. Now let's move on to the interior of the car. Again, it's a project car, so I haven't really done much compared to my previous car. However, the biggest change that I've made is this Android screen. Now, the main reason I got this Android screen is for Apple CarPlay. Although you have a bunch of apps you can download from the Play Store, watch Netflix, Google Maps, Waze, whatever you want. But the main reason, again, I got it was for Apple CarPlay. For some reason, it doesn't seem to be working. However, it's the first thing you should do on an old car, because I don't think this car came with Bluetooth. It's a 2002 car, so I think they only started putting Bluetooth in with certain cars which came with the actual infotainment screen. Now, in terms of installing this device, it's also there's like an easy way and there's a hard way. So some of the cars which came with certain infotainment screens have the harness all the way back. Now, the longest part is getting an adapter to feed the main harness to the front. However, I was lucky enough to actually have the harness at the front of the car, which meant it was a pretty straightforward install. All you had to do is remove these trim pieces, and also you need to actually reorganize these, can't remember what they're called, but the climate control, that's what it is. We have to remove the climate control from the top panel and then move it to the bottom. You can use a new bracket, which you can easily obtain from eBay. However, I've just opted for pushing it right in. You know, it's a project car, who cares? But yeah, I've fed the USB wire through a little slit, which doesn't really fit well, so maybe I should get the bracket. But other than that, they're the only mods I've done to the car. And honestly, this is probably my favorite mod, apart from the hardtop, because the hardtop absolutely changes the car.
Once again, guys, just wanted to say sorry for the quality of the audio. I promise you, I've just bought myself a new Rode Micro Go, so hopefully videos going forward should sound so much clearer and so much better. And to be honest, if it wasn't for the typical British weather, the wind and the rain, this would have been so much better. But hey ho, just wanted to get a video out every week, as I promised. So hope you guys enjoy. And in the excitement of filming my first video, I completely forgot to do an outro, which is why I'm talking to the computer screen right now. But the next video is going to be hopefully a bit more exciting. I'll play a trailer now.